Hi there, guys and girls. I wanted to do a video about the Legacy Collection again. This is the hot news right now, so expect a lot of Legacy videos, Legacy Collection videos. Um, there's a lot of people that don't think that this announcement is that great. They think it's just another collection, and I'm here to set the record straight, right? So, a lot of people want to play the Super Nintendo version of Mortal Kombat. A lot of people want to play the Mega Drive version of Mortal Kombat. A lot of people want to play the Game Boy version of MK2. Now, if you can go out there and you can find a Game Boy and find MK2, and $1,000 later you can play it, right? Because let's be honest, I kept all my shit because I love Mortal Kombat, but a lot of people just don't do that. They don't do it. They move on with their lives. You know, I never did. So, right? So I understand it. It's frustrating if you want to go out there and you just want to experience a game these days. You got to deal with inflated eBay markets. You know, does the console work? You know, all sorts of bullshit. You know, and we have never, by the way, never been given any of the console or home versions emulated by Midway or WB ever. And it used to always bug me because I loved the Virtual Console for the Wii, and I thought when I got that, and I was there in America playing the first version of Virtual Console at E3, where it had like the picture of the box and everything. They got rid of all that later, unfortunately. I still love the Virtual Console, don't get me wrong, but the E3 version was like off the wall. Here's some images, but basically, I expected that we were going to get Mortal Kombat Super Nintendo, and then when they said that they did the Mega Drive games, I'm like, sick, we'll get Mortal Kombat Mega Drive. We never did. We never got Mortal Kombat Mega Drive or Super Nintendo in the Virtual Console. It used to fucking bug me. I'm like, why? Why can we get Sonic a million times and Mario and everything else and other games? You know, Konami games, Capcom games. But Mortal Kombat's not allowed to be there, you know. And I even have mentioned in previous videos, I always thought maybe like Ed didn't like. I don't think Ed likes the Super Nintendo version. I know I don't. It's kind of buggy and weird. And he's been on record saying on video that the Mega Drive version was better. It played better, even though it didn't have the fancy sound. It played better. It was a better experience, right? So I always thought we would get these emulated, but we never did. We never got them. We never got the Game Boy version. Never got anything. The only thing you could sort of count is that Jax version, the Jax TV plug and play Mortal Kombat. It's sort of emulated like a cut down version of Mortal Kombat. So, but it wasn't a 1-to-1 emulation. It was like a new version. So it sort of doesn't count as an emulated version, right? So for people to come out and say, what's it? What's it murder? It's the same thing. It's not. We've never had any of the home versions. We've never had any of the portable versions. We've never had MK4. You know? So, don't believe the haters when I say this is a really good collection. It really is. You know, you're getting a lot for your money. You're getting, like I said, you're getting all the Game Boy, all of the 32X, you know, and you're not getting everything, but we're getting like the best versions or the best games. You know what I mean? We're getting MK, even Deadly Alliance and Advance on Game Boy, Tournament Edition. That's pretty cool. Getting all the Game Boy Advance games. Getting MK2 Game Boy. That's awesome, that version. You know, the Super Nintendo version of MK1, MK2. You know, we get the arcade versions. We get arcade MK4 finally. And I'm hoping we get MK Gold and Mythology Sub-Zero. You know, so this is a really, really, really good collection. So how are people out there going, it's the same thing? By the way, that last collection, which I have hated on since it came out because they never patched it or fixed it, the Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection, where the sound literally just stops for no reason when you're in Goro's lair. You know, the music just stops, and the music's all weird. Like, if you throw lightning with Raiden and someone blocks it, it starts playing the courtyard music. Like, it had all these weird glitches. They chopped up the music, shortened tracks. They did weird stuff to the audio in that game. I know it's a new engine, but it was funny because I did a video about it, and a guy contacted me, one of my fans, And in the Unreal Engine, he fixed it in half an hour. And he showed me. I wish I'd saved it. I should have saved it. Because his account got banned for doing it because he modified the files. I remember this. And if you're watching, post in the comments too, because I don't remember your name. But yeah, he sent me the video and everything, and I saw it. And I was like, holy shit, he fixed it in like 20 minutes or half an hour. And I'm like, Warner, patch this. And they did it. They never did. They never patched it. They just left it fucked for all these years. And that's the last version that you can play of MK1, 2, and 3 on arcade. That was the last version we got. They haven't done shit since. So it's been like, what, 13 years since you've been able to buy the old Mortal Kombats. And the version that we got is arse. Do you know what I mean? So for people to come out and say, what's it matter? It's just the same thing. We haven't had it for 13 years for a start. Some people weren't alive then, you know. And secondly, we're getting all the home versions. We're getting MK4. That's new. We've never had MK4 arcade emulated. We've had the, you know, we've been able to buy the Nintendo 64 version or PlayStation version. But to have all this stuff in one box, in one collection, with rollback netcode, by the way. We've never had that. Where all the games are going to have rollback netcode. All the games. Like MK2 Game Boy. I'm going to be able to play MK2 Game Boy with people around the world with rollback netcode. That's fucking amazing. And then you got these people going, it's the same thing! How is it the same thing? How? On top of that, we're getting a documentary. A new documentary. New behind-the-scenes content. It looks like we're getting MK The Live Tour in there. I talked about that screenshot. You really got to sit there and tell me we've had this before? We've never had any of that content. We've never had the new interviews. We've never had the games emulated. We've never had any of that shit. We've never had rollback netcode on the old games. We've never had MK4. And you say that, what, because we had, MK2 on PlayStation, or Midway Arcade Treasures 2 that had MK1, 2, 3 in the past. Like, back in 2006. What, 2005, 2006? Something like that. 2004. It's been 20 years, bro! You gotta sit there and tell me it's the same. How? What, because you play it on fucking MAME? That doesn't count, bro. That does not fucking count. This is just awesome. Anyone can chuck this disc in or their cartridge in, or I'm hoping, or just fire it up, and you'll be able to play netback code with people around the world, Mortal Kombat around the world, and it's amazing. And they've given us a really good collection. Why are you shitting on this, haters? Why are you taking a shit on this collection? This collection is awesome. It makes 0 sense for you to be hating on this thing. No sense. You got no brain. You're just hating on it for no reason. It's so weird. We've had this before. No, we have not. We have not had this before. You are stupid, and I wish you the best of luck. Because while you're saying this is stupid, and stupid shit like we've had this before, we're all going to be playing it. And you can tell, because everybody's excited for this fucking thing, and it's going to sell a lot. It's going to make lots of money, lots and lots of cash, you know, and that's how it's going to be, you know. And I think that maybe you're just jealous, bro. Are you jealous that everybody likes the collection? Or are you just being a hater because everybody seems to be enjoying the collection announcement, and you immediately have to go against that to be like, I'm going to troll the community. I'm going to be like, it's the same thing, even though it's not. The internet's a wild time, you know. These people are probably going to buy it anyway and play it. They're probably just, like I said, they're probably just trolling. Trying to get people upset, you know. Sometimes you don't feed the trolls. Sometimes I reply, I get guilty. I reply a bit, and then they reply back. And if they basically the way it works. This is how it works with me, right? If I see a tweet and I get annoyed, I'll reply to it and I'll shut them down with logic and facts in that reply, right? If they don't acknowledge any of the logic and facts in my reply, then I know they're trolling because I've outlined why it's a better collection and given an example, right? If they ignore those facts and then go on to say, I'm like, okay, they're just a troll. And then I just don't engage anymore. That's it. Cut them off, right? Because any normal person will go, oh, yeah, you know, probably I didn't think of it that way. Yeah, we get MK4 or, oh, yeah, cool, we get rollback netcode or new documentaries or, like, you know, stuff like that. So that's the way I do it. That's the way it works with me. And, you know, I'm really looking forward to this collection. So, there. I had to say it. I needed to say it. It was annoying me. I was getting a lot of comments. A lot in the reaction video. And I was getting a lot of comments on Twitter. And I'm like, are these people brain dead? Are you brain dead? Are you just trolling? It's the same thing. Yeah, from 20 years ago. Yeah. And it didn't have rollback netcode, didn't have MK4, didn't have MK2 Game Boy, didn't have any of the console versions, didn't have... Yeah, how's that the same, bro? Okay. Alright, well, I've said my bit. That's it. I'm moving on. Thanks, guys. See you later. Peace.